to reach out to me, contact me, you can get me at stevemain.com. I wanted to talk a little bit about how do you know if you're unhealthy? There's so many different opinions out there. I'm not a doctor, but there's so many doctors out there. I listen to a lot of doctors and get their opinions, and they're all over the map. I like to listen to people who have more of a functional medical type philosophy, integrative maybe, where you're not just going to go for the medications right out of the gate. You're going to more look at how the body works and go from there. So am I a doctor? No, but I've been doing this stuff, been in the health and fitness industry for I've been doing this exercising and stuff for like 45 years. I've owned health clubs, multiple health clubs, still own health clubs for about 30 years. So it's kind of my passion. So how do you know if you're unhealthy? Well, I don't know. That's a hard one. First, you can do blood work, but you can't get all caught up on the blood work, what it says your cholesterol is and all that. It's a good thing to test. I get blood work every 3 months, every quarter, and I'm looking at different markers to see, but it's a snapshot in time. So I check my glucose all the time. So that's a first thing. And doctors' opinions, that helps also. But blood work is one of the first things to test to see if there's a problem with your body, to see if you're unhealthy, your hormones. And there's a lot of tests you have to do to really check everything that has to do with your body. A couple things I want to talk about. If you're fat, obese, overweight, a pet peeve of mine is people say, well, you're fat because you eat too much. Well, maybe not. There's people that don't eat very much that are overweight, that are fat. So it doesn't mean that you're a pig if you're fat. It doesn't mean that. Maybe you might be, but everyone's different. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're just, scarfing down the food. It doesn't mean that. But if you're fat, if you're obese, you are not healthy. In my opinion, there is no such thing as a healthy fat person. There is a reason why you're fat. It might not be because you're eating too much, but it's not healthy. And you need to kind of dig into that and find out why. There could be a number of reasons, but I try not to. I've been doing this a long time. I've learned you can't just put everybody in the same category because everyone is different. Now, I will say, if you're one of those people with the skinny legs, skinny arms, and you have the gut, the belly, and that's hard. I've had friends ask me, what does that mean? It's hard. Well, that's worse. The gushy kind of fat that kind of jiggles when you walk, that's subcutaneous fat. And you see a lot of the people are older that have the little skinny legs and they have the gut, the belly, and it's hard as a rock. It's like a drum. That is not good. That's visceral fat. That means you have fat around the organs, in the organs, fatty liver probably. Again, you can't say always, but that's a problem. And that fat can be lost just like the subcutaneous fat on your legs or on your hips or wherever can also be lost. So that fat in the liver probably, that could mean that it probably means you're insulin resistant, pre-diabetic, maybe diabetic. You're having problems with the glucose. The glucose is not coming down because of that. Your body is insulin resistance. So visceral fat is not a good thing. Can you lose it? Yeah, you can lose it just like you lose other fat. But that's a time when you want to maybe ask your doctor about that. Maybe you should have your glucose levels checked or check them yourself and check your insulin levels and have the blood work geared that way. Now, I'm not fat. I have, I don't know, a 30, 31 inch waist, but my BMI, which is a measure of your body, would say that I'm borderline fat. I'm not. So you can't judge me like that. But also, I was diagnosed with a fatty liver, and I have at least a 4-pack. I mean, the calipers tell me I'm at 12% body fat, and I try to grab as much fat as I can and make that reading come out as high as possible. But I'm going to say I'm probably under 15%. And I don't have visceral fat, yet I was still diagnosed with fatty liver. So diet can change this. Get your blood work, talk to your doctor, talk to more than one doctor, do your own research, because you guys hear me say this all the time. Everyone is different. Diets affect people different. Food affects people different. You got to find out how your body's working and potentially what's wrong with it. And that doesn't happen overnight. I've been doing this, like I said, for a long time, and I'm still trying to figure things out about my body. What happens if I eat this? What happens when I exercise this much or not this much, and so on. So you just got to dig into it, and you can find out. The main points I want to make is if you have visceral fat, that is not good. If you're really overweight, that is also not good. I'm not saying anyone's a pig or you eat too much, because in my opinion, in my experience, usually that's not the case. It's not because people are eating piles and piles of food, but something is wrong. So you need to dig into that, change what you're eating. It is almost always about what you're eating. So I'm not going to say it's too much food, but usually it is about what you're eating, and you can change all this stuff. You can change your health. You can change your body composition by exercising and getting the right nutrients, food, diet in your body. So thanks for listening, everybody. If you like this stuff, please hit the like button so you get more like it, and subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.